the kind of relatability that I hope that people can find in this film, that if you just look right next to you, or you just look at the people and just take them in and just give pockets of hope to people wherever they're at, you could change a life.
Tuesday, December 21st.
How do you get by here, Tanner?
A lot of hard work and a lot of faith.
From the producer of The Clark Sisters.
I'm worried about you, Tanner.
I'm good.
Let me help you.
Song and story, Amazing Grace. What is it about, and how is it representing for Black female leads?
Yeah, it's about two women. Okay, my character Tanner, she's gone through a lot. She's a woman of the community. She's an artist. She's in between homes. She's homeless. And she's just at the bottom of her, of just her will. Like, she just can't give anymore, and she's at the bottom of hope. Her circumstances have gotten her to where she is, and she meets Iris, who asked her to draw a picture of her mom, a portrait of her and her mom. And as they get to know each other and open up so she can make this art piece for her, they create this relationship, this friendship, this sisterhood friendship of trust and of forgiveness. And Iris's character just opens Tanner up.
How is it represented for Black female leads? And also, of course, for the culture, the barbershop culture, how is it to represent in this amazing movie?
Well, this was really big for me because the director, Sharon Lewis, is a woman of color in Canada as well. So that's why I wanted to do this film. To work with someone who looks like me. I'm so grateful to Sharon for giving me this opportunity to even audition for this film and to work for OWN and to be a part of a movie where you see so many Black women, in major roles on one project. I think that's beautiful, and also seeing the way that they've constructed these roles. You have Iris, who on paper is very successful, and then you have Tanner, who on paper is the opposite of that. But actually, Iris is lost in her life. But Tanner has stuck to the truth. She knows who she is. She knows what her community is. She knows what it means to be in community. She knows the value of friendship, So when Iris meets someone like Tanner, it looks crazy to everyone else, but these people are really meant to be in each other's lives,
Big ups to Dr. Holly Carter.
Yes.
And for spearheading this production and this this movie, and creating a space for more stories of women of color. And, of course, the Mrs. Mother Karen Clark.
Okay. Legendary.
Right.
And her gift and what she's been to this industry, and for her to impart her wisdom and share her gift on this film. And she completely kills it.
A brand new movie about the power of song, starring Bresha, Webb, Getenesh, Berhe, and gospel legend Karen Clark Sheard.
Grandma Mabel told me a long time ago, grace is God's forgiveness.
So I want to ask you this. How could we relate to, us as people that are watching? How could we relate to Tanner? I remember there was a line where you said, I feel like my brother would have been better off without me. Why does Tanner feel like she's not good enough, and how can we relate to that?
Well, Tanner is, she's at the bottom, because of her life and the way that it's panned out, the tragedy of her life, and how things have unfolded. It hasn't been a journey of confidence. It has been a continual uphill battle with self and her circumstances. So I feel like a lot of people can relate to her when someone comes into your life as a surprise and looks at you and sees you and inspires you and starts putting, pockets of hope into you, and is there to pick you up, literally out of the rain, because she's thinking about you. That is the kind of relatability that I hope that people can find in this film, that if you just look right next to you, or you just look at the people and just take them in and just give pockets of hope to people wherever they're at, you could change a life. And that is what Iris does with Tanner.
How important is it for, us as a Black community to, go out and seek people like Tanner and to, put that love and strength into them, even if we aren't, there in our own lives like Iris wasn't. How important is that?
I think that's the key, that there's no difference between Iris and Tanner. That if you feel like there's a difference, that's already the beginning of a problem. Iris has self-confidence issues just as much as Tanner does. There's no difference between them. Iris is suffering from a very real crisis of direction, and I think what she sees in Tanner, in her groundedness, I think she sees that Tanner carries a foundation of strength with her wherever she goes, And with Iris losing her mother, I think Iris starts to question what she's done in her life to ground herself. So I feel like they've equally helped each other. If not, that Tanner has helped Iris more, because I think, for Iris to be supportive of Tanner's career is one thing, but for Tanner to help Iris understand that she is home in her body no matter where she is, and that she deserves to be loved. Because, she has a lot of trouble with relationships. She's literally hesitant to take any real step in any direction until she meets Tanner. Like, if you were going to weigh the two, what's more important to have? What knowledge is more important to have, So I think if we look at each other as we're going through the same thing and we start the conversation there, then this like weird imbalance of like, this person seems to have more so they can help more, this person seems to have less so they're more of a burden, is false. It's incredibly false. Like the knowledge that we get from life experience